So we made it to the weekend. That's always a good thing. Tonight we have a lot of different sports. We're breaking a little bit of baseball memorabilia, some basketball, some football. We've got all kinds of things on tap tonight. So give me 1 second here. I'm trying to get chat to load. You guys know my iPad doesn't like to cooperate with me these days. So as soon as I can get that up and loaded, we will get started about the business of breaking this stuff tonight, because we got a lot of it. So first up is 2017, this one's a mouthful, 2017 Onyx National Edition Preferred Players Autographed Baseball. That's a lot, right? Yeah, I know. That's a mouthful. So this is, of course, the case consists of 3 autographed baseballs in there. The National Edition, I'm sure you guys looked and saw the checklist there on the auction description. So you notice that it's a different group of players than we have with our regular 2017 Onyx Preferred Players. You'll see as I scroll down through here that there are some marked as no bids buyback. Anytime you see that, it just means that the team got no bids, of course, and so if anything comes out for one of those teams, it stays here with me. Otherwise, if it comes out for a team with a name across from it, it'll be sent out to you guys. There were also a few things marked in there with no hits in the product, and that's because there are a few teams that just simply didn't have the option for a hit, so I didn't list them for sale. And sorry, I had to walk back into the office and get the spreadsheet. I had left it, the checklist, I had left it laying in there. Hi, Jordan. Wow, that's excellent. You hit an Archie Manning 1 of 5 flawless autograph and a Hernandez rookie. Wow, that is cool. Kate, the Tristar football is a little ways down the list. We've got a few breaks in front of that. I don't know exactly what time it will be, but it's a few breaks from now. And hey, look who is in chat. Stang Lover 59 is logged on and in chat. I think maybe for the first time ever. You usually just email me, so I'm glad to see you in chat. Well, all right, this is interesting because I can't get these out of this dumb case, so we're going to have to go about this from, I think, both ends of the box being open. Hi, Just Let, how are you? And hi, Nick Black. We got all kinds of people in here tonight. And oh my goodness, why can't I say the name? Munoz. Oh my gosh, what is wrong with me tonight? Hi to you too. Obviously could not manage to get your name out there. Do not know why. One of those days, I guess. Okay, so there are our 3 balls, and we're gonna bust into them and see what we have in this case. Hopefully something good. And shipping on everything that we're breaking tonight, I really don't know when to tell you it will go out. For those of you who have been breaking with me this week, you already know that my grandmother had fallen ill. She has passed away. She died in the early morning hours today, so and everything is kind of hustled up. So we have the visitation tomorrow and the funeral on Sunday. So hopefully I can get back to shipping the way we would normally expect it next week. It will take me a few days to get caught up. So unfortunately, we're still kind of on the, I don't exactly know what day it will come out to you, but I will get it to you as quickly as I can. It's kind of where we are. And yeah, and speaking of, tomorrow night, I'm going to be really running to get back here on time. So if you get your invoices later than you normally would for combined shipping and that kind of thing, please know that that is why. And if I don't have time to get the invoices out for combined shipping before the break, I will get them out after the break, and you're welcome to wait to pay for them until I do that. So, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. is our first autographed baseball. And where does he go? Let's see if I can find this on here. Blue Jays, Toronto Blue Jays. And you'd think I'd know that because he's a pretty hot prospect. But yet, I couldn't remember it. And then it also is going to come with these two different authentications, one JSA and one Onyx. So Vlad is a nice little hit first out. Nick, Origins is, oh boy, we're doing the baseball, then I think the jersey, then Origins, then the football helmets. I think it's roughly in that order, but again, you know, I can't tell you exactly what time it's going to be because, you know, we got to get these other things broken. I don't think very long, maybe 5-10 minutes, something like that. Oh, Ahmed Rosario. This is a nice one. Of course, he's already been called up for the Mets. So that one is another nice little hit here. And he's, I think, been playing pretty well as far as I know. Oh, Jordan, yeah, I know. The guy, Jordan is saying in chat, a break earlier this week, someone was throwing a tantrum, is kind of really the only way to say it, because there was a card in a, you know, in a top loader already like this, and I hit it on the table like that to get it to settle, you know, because the top edge of it was coming out of the top loader. And of course it was in a sleeve and in the top loader, so it didn't hurt the card. That's, you know, what you normally do to get them settled back in. Anyway, the guy threw a total fit, and Jordan was just referencing that. Well, what you guys will probably find entertaining if you happen to watch any of that break, turns out the guy wasn't even in that break. Yeah, had no teams in there. Throwing that kind of holy tantrum and not even in the break. But, you know, that's how it goes. Martin Perez is our third and final, and he is a Texas Ranger, according to the checklist that I have here. And I don't really know which way is the up and which way is the down for his signature. His signature looks kind of like mine. But anyway, so we have the Martin Perez, which, yeah, according to the checklist, is Texas Rangers. And then we have the Ahmed Rosario, which is a really nice hit for the Mets. He's already called up. And then the Vlad for the Blue Jays, another nice hit. So all three of our balls came out pretty nicely tonight. And I do have another case of these. And I can't really decide if I want to break it again by the case or do it individually, because actually I think I ended up losing money breaking it by the case, which is odd. Usually, you know, you'd think it'd work the opposite way, but it didn't this time anyway. And you often, Stanglever says he often offered to send an attitude adjustment to the guy who was carrying on in the Leaf Valiant break. Yeah, I mean, you know, first of all, I didn't really understand why he was so crazed about it, because it really is very common practice, and it really does not harm the card. I mean, card doesn't even touch anything. Doesn't touch the edges of the top loader. It literally is floating in space in there. However, had I left it hanging out, it could have easily bent the top of it. But anyway, I don't know. Guy was off his rocker about it. Was very, very agitated about it. And then to find out that he's not even in the break was just insane. You've got to be kidding me. Anyway, yeah. Oh, yeah, Jordan, I don't know. I mean, he had a team in another break. One team in a, like, completely different break that night. Nothing in Valiant. And, you know, he starts off in chat with, Lady WTF, you know, with my cards, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it has not even one thing in there. It was, you know, sometimes people just like to hear themselves rant, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, needless to say, he won't be back, which is fine by me. Next up, we have a 2017 Leaf Autograph Football jersey. This is break number 16. It's the last one out of the case that I have on hand, but I'm pretty sure I can still get another case of these, which I'll find out for certain on Monday. And if so, we'll bring it in, because we've had good luck with these. We've pulled some really nice jerseys out of our others, and I would expect that we're going to pull another nice one tonight. So let's see what we can find. And what else was I going to tell you? Something about, the Leaf full-size football helmets. We've got 3 of those left, but I couldn't find any more of them. I was going to buy another case of those and couldn't find it. But we do have 3 more anyway. Mr. Odell Beckham Jr. for the Giants. Always a nice hit, and I think we've pulled him a couple times recently, so nobody's going to argue with pulling OBJ out. And it is PSA DNA certified. You'll see the little sticker down there and your other authentication there. And I'm not going to take him out of here and try to fold it later and get it back in there. So it's going to stay right there in that happy little bag. So Giants with the jersey for the Odell Beckham Jr. That brings us to Origins. And were you guys on the other night when we were doing an Origins break and we pulled a couple of Kareem Hunt? This is a couple, not the last break, but maybe break before last. And I said, yeah, I've been hearing good buzz about that guy. It might turn out that we want him out of the Chiefs more than we want Mahomes. Yeah, well, that turns out to be prophetic, right? I mean, my goodness, did that kid tear it up or what? He had a heck of a game. I guess the question now will be, can he continue that production throughout the season? But man, he was on fire, wasn't he? It was crazy. So this is starting a new case of Origins. So you know the drill. I'm going to take all the boxes out, and then we're going to label them, number them rather, not label them, number them on the end, and then we will let our dear friend random.org decide which 8 we open tonight and which 8 we will be opening next week instead. William, maybe, I don't know why you only see a baseball on your screen. Did you hit play? You know, sometimes on YouTube you have to actually hit the little play button, but I don't know if that's what's going on or not. I don't know why you would just be seeing a picture of a baseball on your screen unless you maybe accidentally hit pause or something. I don't know. That's kind of an interesting one. I haven't had that one before. So maybe just try to hit play. Maybe it's on pause or something. That would be my guess. But I'm assuming you're hearing the audio, but I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe he's not hearing the audio either, in which case then really didn't do me any good to go through all that. So, but I can't type into chat and do the break. I definitely don't have that level of capability for multitasking. I do well to get one thing done at a time. Some nights. Tonight feels like one of those nights where I do well to get one thing done at a time. So we are going to buzz into random. We're going to type in 1 through 16, of course, and then we'll hit random just the one time. There's plenty of items in there. We don't need to randomize it a zillion times. And then whatever random pops up and gives us, you know, whoops, it'll be the first 8 numbers that it pops up, of course, that we will open tonight. And I'm just keep on typing like we've got like we've got boxes to infinity. No, we have only, let's try this again. We have only 16 of them. So, all right, I better write this down. I will not remember that. Guarantee you that. So we have 10, 15, 13, 12, 5, 2, 9, and 7 are the ones we're going to bust into tonight. Although I got to tell you, it seems most of the time we get pretty good hits in Origins no matter what we open. We've only found one booklet so far, and that was that in the very first case that we opened? It was in one of the earlier ones anyway. But it was a booklet for the Bengals. So I would like to find us another booklet. There's 12. I don't need that one. 2579. Yeah, I know I'm talking to myself, kind of, but 57. By now, you probably all already know that I kind of talk to myself sometimes. So, where is box number 9? Did I already pull it out of there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope. It's got to be here somewhere. Where is it? 3, 4, 8, 6. I must be missing a different one. Good grief. All right, I see 5 and 7 and 2 and 12. 5, 2, 7, 12. There's 13. There's 15. What one is that? That's 10. So it's 9. It is 9. Why can I not see where I have labeled number 9? What, am I holding it upside down and I think it's a 6? Yeah, see, at least I'm smart enough to figure out how I'm dumb. Okay, now that I managed to figure out that the was a 9 and maybe not an upside down 6, I think we're good to go. Oh, William Mariner, you got it going. Okay, cool. And Sportsfan 1415. Yes, this is from eBay. These are Sportsfan. Did you see that? Did I put the spreadsheet up for Origins, guys, or did I not put it up? Maybe I didn't. I'm obviously a bit off of my a bit off this evening. I'm not quite on target as much as I should be, perhaps as much as I might normally be. So in case I didn't, let's just roll down through it again. We'll take another look. So this is the 8 boxes of 2017 Origins Football, half case break number 6. Our eBay end date, of course, was tonight, 9/8, and the live stream schedule, of course, right now. And we'll buzz down through here again. After this, well, I was just trying to click in an empty square. After we buzz through Origins, then next up will be the mini helmets, and then after the mini helmets will be Draft Contenders Basketball, which came out Wednesday, but I'm just getting around to opening tonight because I opened Absolute Football first because I was more anxious to get into Absolute Football, just to be honest. That's why. So Nick is looking for a Trubisky booklet, all about toys and comics. Comics is looking for a Chiefs booklet. Stang Lover is all about the Chargers. I got to tell you guys, that pack right there feels thick to me. So I don't know what that means, but it does feel kind of thick. And who else is in here asking for some karma? Oh, no, Rotor, you fell asleep and missed the bidding. Hey, I understand that. That happens to the best of us. But hey, use Auction Sniper. I'm telling you guys, it's a thing of beauty. It's auctionsniper.com, and it will place your bids for you automatically with, about 5 seconds left to go in the auction. And you can put them in that Auction Sniper anytime, and then let's say, if you get outbid in the interim, it'll send you a message, and then you can either just up your bid or cancel your bid, whichever one you want to do. And it sends you, little reminders and stuff, and you can edit your bid and change it and do whatever you want right up until about a minute or so before the auction is due to end, and then you can't change it anymore. But they don't charge you anything if your bid doesn't win. And if your bid does, if your bid does win, they charge you a little fee. It's usually something like a quarter, sometimes less, but it's a pretty cool little service, and that will help you with stuff like that, because I forever and a day forget about auctions, or I get busy and that kind of stuff. So that's the deal. All right, and yeah, MMA Junkie's looking for a booklet too. Everybody, I know, man, we're all after the booklets. They are pretty sweet when we hit them. So, of course, we're going to have a few base cards in here, and then we're going to have some numbered base. Our first numbered card is Adrian Peterson to 299 for the Saints. And then that is followed by Julio Jones to 25 for the Falcons. Our first hit is coming out for the Bucks with a little O.J. Howard. That's actually a pretty nice looking piece of material there, and that is numbered to 175. My Pittsburgh Steelers are on the board with a little Juju Smith-Schuster, numbered to 25, no less. I mean, I tell you what, I pulled all those Steelers numbered to 25 out of Absolute last night, and now we're pulling Steelers numbered to 25 out of Origins. I've pulled Jack Ham autographed jersey and helmet and card all in the last few days. I think my Steelers are on a run. Samajay, something close to that. Perrine. You know I butchered it. For the Redskins is our rookie patch autograph on that one. And there is Odell Beckham Jr. again. Golden Tate, numbered to 299 for the Lions. Keenan Allen to 150 for the Chargers. A little Joe Mixon. Oh, that's a really nice patch for the Bengals. You don't see a whole lot of Bengals patches that are, that's to 75, that are that interesting for whatever reason. Usually when they give you the Bengals, it's just like a piece of black cloth. So that's a pretty cool one. Wayne Gallman for the Giants. That one is numbered to 99 and signed in the silver Sharpie. My Steelers are rolling again. Here we are with Josh Dobbs. A boring patch, but it's still Josh Dobbs and it's still my Steelers, so I like it. Sama J. You know I'm not going to remember that, Stephen, but I'll try. I cannot. I am just the worst with pronouncing names. We all know it, and I hear them pronounced a million times. I can never get them out unless it's like Bob. That one I can handle. Anything beyond that I don't do too well with. That's to 299 for the Broncos. We are at 150 for the Bills. I hit this guy all the time in Origins, Amara Darbaugh for the Seahawks, and this one is numbered to 75, and I'll probably find him 17 more times before we're done. Cooper Kupp for the Rams, that one is to 99. Evan Ingram, I think he's going to be good for the Giants. Nice looking piece of material. And there's a little Dak Prescott. I'm sure you guys saw that Zeke got his suspension. I don't know what the word is I'm trying to say. Like, not dismissed, but deferred. That's not the right word, but anyway, postponed. That's to 299 for the Ravens. That's to 150 for the Seahawks. A little Pat Mahomes for the Chiefs. And it is to 199. It's a big piece of material, but why couldn't they just give us a second color, you know? I mean, they could have. And there's another Amara Darbaugh. Told you we'd see him again. And this one is numbered to 99. We'll probably see him still yet again. Marlon Mack for the Colts. That's not one I pull very often. Nice to see that little hit come out for the Colts. That's the one that feels really thick to me. I'm going to leave it sitting back there because, you know, why not? Why not just build the anticipation? I know it's kind of mean, though, isn't it? I should probably open it first, but yeah, I'm not. Leonard Floyd for the Bears. That one was to 299. Rashard Matthews is to 10 for the Titans. A little Deshaun Watson for the Texans. Another big piece of material and one stupid color again. Come on, Panini, give us another color. Uh-oh, James Conner, a third Steeler coming out. Oh boy, that is nice. So who are we missing now? We've hit Conner and Juju and Josh Dobbs. So oh, we're missing Watt. Gosh, I can't believe I forgot him. We're missing TJ Watt to give you like a full little rookie set for the Steelers. Jamal Williams for the Pack. That one is numbered to 49, and that is a really nice piece of material. I always like it when we get the second color and the seam in it. Franco Harris. Yeah, we're not going to find Franco Harris in Origins. But you know, we might find Franco in the other half of that Absolute. I mean, I can't believe we pulled those 3 Hall of Famers out of that first half of Absolute, and all of them so low numbered. So maybe we'll find Terry Bradshaw and Franco Harris in the second half, which would make me really happy. That's to 299. That is to 150. Here's another James Conner. Oh, that is nice. That is to 49, and that's the kind of patch I'm talking about. If they're going to give us a big one, give us a pretty one like that. So at least I have all my nice Steelers to look at tonight. That cheers me up a little bit. Evan Ingram out again for the Giants. And Cooper Kupp with a little bit of a second color in there. And XPL is telling me, Origins doesn't have any hits in it for defensive players. You know what? I didn't realize that. I hadn't really thought about that. And that hadn't registered with me. So I guess you're right in that sense. We won't find TJ in here. Well, that's a drag. It's funny how you open things and you look at it like so much, but yet somehow that didn't even register with me. That's to 299 on the Josh Norman. Goff is to 10 for the Rams. James Conner again. Are you kidding me? This is crazy. This is crazy, guys. There is another James Conner. Nice 3-color patch numbered to 75. And there is a booklet, and it's going to be a good one. There's Cooper Kupp again for the Rams. And I'm going to set the booklet up here. Yeah, that is so mean, isn't it? So mean. It's going to be a 6-way booklet. And, yeah, it's going to be a good one. And you know we're going to have to go to random for it. So that's the other reason I'm letting it ride up there for a minute. Greg Olsen to 299. My man Big Ben to 150. Chris Godwin for the Bucks. Is that a little piece of the pirate? Oh, I think that's a piece of their logo on that patch. That is to 49, and pretty sweet little piece of cloth there on the Chris Godwin. And there's another booklet. Two 6 signature booklets. Oh, yeah, somebody was living right today. Taywan Taylor for the Titans. And now we have our 2 booklets. And boy, you know what? We're lucky to get 1 booklet out of a case. I said I hope we find a booklet. We find not 1 but 2, and they're both 6 signatures. That's somebody just looking out for me right there. We're looking out for you guys, I guess. This is technically your stuff, but yet it makes me smile to open it. So this one is 10 of 10. And isn't that pretty? Corey Davis with the Titans. Mike Williams for the Chargers. John Ross, Bengals. Zay Jones for the Bills. Evan Ingram for the Giants. And O.J. Howard for the Bucks. Yeah, that is sweet. When this goes into random, we're going to look at the other booklet as well before I bring random up. But normally what I do is either left to right or top to bottom. So when I put this booklet in random, I will enter it as Titans, Chargers, Bengals, Bucks, Giants, Bills in that order. And then we will hit random 3 times, and whichever team ends up on the top after the 3rd random will take that booklet home. Our next booklet is numbered to 5. So the first one numbered to 10, and this one numbered to 5. 5 of 5. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Everybody wants this. We have Trubisky, Fournette, Corey Davis, Pat Mahomes, Christian McCaffrey and Mike Williams. Holy Moses. Yeah. So not only did we find 2 booklets out of 1/2 of one case, we found 2 incredibly awesome booklets. So again, you know, this one will be entered in this order: 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th when I put them into random. So let's get over to random and set about the business of getting these given out, because somebody would have to have 4 of the 6. I don't think we even have any. Do we even have anybody that has 4 teams in here? You'd have to have 4 of the 6 teams to take it out right. Actually, Billy does, but there's no Raider Giant. Yeah, but it's not the right ones. Here's Billy again. Redskin, no. Yeah, so, all right. So I guess we don't have, we're not going to have anybody that owns 4 of those teams. It doesn't look like that I'm seeing anyway. So let's buzz on over here to random. Well, I'm there, but I got to bring you with me. Let's try that again. And see who's going to walk off with these 2 beautiful booklets. And I'm going to have to refresh my memory to make sure I get these in there right. So it was Titans. And you know, somebody said in chat when I was, why did I type in Mike Williams? Somebody said in chat when I said put out, you know, your karma, whatever you're trying to hit tonight. And someone typed in there that I win the random. And that's before, you know, we even knew that we had these 2 6-way booklets. So somebody was on the right track there for sure. Giants and Bills. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're all in there. So here we go. Random the first time, the second, and the third and final time. It is headed to the Chargers, and you'll see randomized 3 times, and there's our date and time stamp and all that jazz. So let's buzz back over here for a minute. This first 6-way booklet, this is the one numbered to 10, is awarded to the Chargers via random. And I need to write that down. So hang tight for 1/2 of a second, because I don't want to have to go back and watch this later to look it up, honestly. You guys know I'm already behind on shipping because of everything that's happened this week. So I do not want to fall farther behind. Now, that's going to bring us to this booklet, which will be entered as Bears, Jags, Titans, Chiefs, Panthers, Chargers. Okay? And once again, why do I take myself to the right page and leave you stuck on the wrong one? Because I don't have, my head's not together where it should be tonight, I think, is my problem. Some of you might argue that that's the case every night, but that would be unkind. Although maybe true, unkind. Jags. Oh, and by the way, the teams that we have that are unpaid as of right now for this and some other breaks tonight, please take care of your payment. I have already been stuck to the tune of close to $100 in the last 2 days, so I would like to not get stuck with any more unpaid teams this week if we can help that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Here we go. Random the first time, the second time, the third and final time. And that one is headed to the Bears. So whoever had Trubisky, who said, please pull me a Trubisky booklet. Well, my friend, you have one now. So this little 5 of 5 6-way card was awarded to the Bears via random. So that is a nice little hit both ways around, guys. Those are super nice booklets. As you know, those booklets are not guaranteed in the case. I mean, there's no case guarantee for a booklet. So for us to hit 2 of them in this half case is pretty awesome. Maybe we'll find more in the second half. I hope we do. And then I would be even happier. All right, let's recap the rest of our hits beyond our booklets. We're just going to kind of buzz through these because we've seen them all the first time, of course. Some of these do have little bits of chipping and things around the edges. Not too bad tonight, but there are a few that I've noticed, you know, that lower left corner, for example. They have a little bit of white showing from chipping and just handling and whatever. They come out of straight out of the pack that way sometimes. And you know what? I don't think I have a one-touch that either of those booklets will fit in, because the only one-touch I was able to find recently goes the opposite direction. You know, like that's more of a horizontal booklet, and the one-touch I have is for a vertical booklet. So I don't think I can one-touch either one of those, but I will certainly make sure that you get them in good shape. So, no, Rotor, you're out, man. All right, we will see you later. Thanks for hanging around and saying hi tonight. I appreciate it. It's always good to chat with you. And, oh, hey, Stang Lover, was that yours? One of those booklets? You got one of those through random? I love that, because, you know, you said for the longest time, and you're going to yell at me for calling you out on it, but, you know, you said for the longest time that you never won anything via random. But I see you get stuff via random all the time, man. All the time. You're having some good luck. And you have been on a really good run lately. You have hit some extremely nice cards in the last few weeks. So you're riding good karma, I think, at the moment. All right. Actually, Kate, your timing is excellent, because we are getting ready to bust into the mini helmets right now. So that was very good timing. Origins took us a little longer than I thought, mainly because we had two nice booklets in there that had to go out via random. So that's a good reason to be delayed. So this is 5 boxes of 2017 Tristar autograph mini football helmets. This is the blue box. Earlier in the year they were a different color, so that's why I just noted blue box. And this is break number 15 for those. And of course, you know, same format that you guys are accustomed to, with team names on one side, winning bidders across from it. This also is the start of a new case, and it's a giant case, so I don't even think I could fit the whole case up on the table. But what I can do is get all of our boxes out of here. I got to get this thing opened up, and we'll do the same thing. There's no really case hit per se in these, but we'll just go ahead and number them on the end and let random decide which ones we're going to open. And something just flew out of that box. Oh, it's my invoice. That's what, like, what have I got flying out of this box? Yeah, that would be the invoice for buying this lovely case of mini helmets. Ginger, Contenders is after we break the mini helmets, so it is not terribly far away. Man, I don't even think I can, where am I even going to stack the rest of these? So we'll just go really high. Really wish my chair would stop squeaking. It bugs me. Drives me crazy. I'm sure it drives you crazy too if you can hear it, which I'm guessing you can because it's quite loud. Every time I shift in it, it squeaks. I need to get it. I don't know. I started saying I need to get a different chair. Maybe I just need to not eat so much. Maybe that's the answer. I don't know. Let me get this box out of the way. All right. And then we are back into random again, which we seem to be in here a lot tonight. I forgot to switch you again. Daggone it. All right. So we've got to go to 10. All right, there is the first one, the second one. Why did I do that 3 times? Told you guys my head is not where it needs to be tonight. I'm all over the map. Well, anyway, we've done it 3 times, so we'll just stick with it 3 times. So we're going to open number 2, 5, 10, 7, and 1 are the boxes that we're going to pull out tonight. The other half of this case, I don't know. It breaks sometime next week. I don't know exactly which night, but sometime next week. 1, 2. I don't need... All right, so there's 1, 2, and 5. What were my other numbers? 7 and 10. 7 and 10. Okay. And I hope that these are all just easy ones tonight. You know, every once in a while we find some weirdness in here with somebody who, like, was never drafted, or somebody who has some kind of strange affiliation. So hopefully that, you know, will be. What is it you need, Nick? You want me to ship your booklet quickly? I mean, I will definitely do it as quickly as I can, man. But as I said, you know, I've got the thing for the visitation for my grandmother tomorrow. The funeral's the following day. And I've still got breaks. I'm breaks and breaks behind from where I was at the hospital earlier this week. So, I mean, I will definitely get it out to you as fast as I can, man. But I can't promise you when it's going to be. First up is a Raider. And I'm trying to find somewhere to set all these boxes. And it is Billy Cannon. And you've got this little kind of, I don't know what you want to call it. These little cards are just informational cards. And then this is some kind of, you know, the little Tristar authentication certificate, which honestly some of them have and some of them don't. I don't really know why some do and some don't, but yet there you have it. So the first one out is the Billy Cannon for the Raiders. Next up, we've got a Dolphin. Which Dolphin is it? It is Jake Scott. And why do I not know Jake Scott? I'm trying to get that in an angle where you can see the signature better, but who is Jake Scott? Why do I not know this guy? Oh, well, that's why. 1972 Dolphins, which, admittedly, I don't follow the Dolphins that closely anyway, but I certainly wouldn't know the 1972 Dolphins. Oh, collegiate helmet. Oh, man. Told you, we always pull one that's like something crazy. Okay, so this is Charles White. And so he's on a collegiate helmet, USC helmet. He is obviously retired at least I believe that he is retired at the time of 2017. We will double check that. But if that ends up being the case and the guy's retired in the year the product is produced, which, you know, is this year, 2017, then we will have to go look and see which teams he played for the longest and all that other happy, fun stuff. Because Tristar likes to just make everybody's life difficult. A Kansas City Chief. And our Chief is Lynn Dawson. That's a nice one. Little Lynn Dawson Hall of Fame signature there for the Kansas City Chiefs. One left to go. And then, of course, we'll have to deal with Mr. Charles White as well. I see Stanglover has said, come on, Jets, Chargers, Broncos, and Falcons. So let's try to get you one. Oh, and Nick, you said show your booklet. I thought you said ship your booklet. Okay, well, yeah, I can show your booklet again. So the Dolphins with the second hit in here, that's unusual. That doesn't happen very often. And it is Bob Greasy for the Dolphins on the second Dolphins hit. So now that brings us to dealing with Mr. Charles White, our dear friend Charles White. I guess I could scoot these up so that they show up in the camera focus. I have the, once I take the autofocus off, it doesn't focus too much on the items that are farther back, but it's better to not have it on autofocus when we're looking at cards. So give me 1 second here. I've got to pull up NFL.com so we can try to figure out Charles White here and see where he's supposed to go. Tristar just always does this to me. There's always at least one collegiate helmet in there of some player that you have no idea, like, who they played for, right? I mean, that's just the way of the world. All right, so Charles White played 4 years with the Browns and 4 years with the Rams. So, equal number of years with the Browns and the Rams. So that means that we're going to have to go back and forth to random. Again, I'm going to get these others off the table. Let's take a look at the others one more time before I box them up, and then we're going to do random for Charles White. So the Bob Greasy is the first of 2 coming out for the Dolphins. Let's just get these guys back in their boxes here. The second Dolphin was the Jake Scott. And then, of course, we had, let's move Charles back out of the way for a minute. Then we had the Billy Cannon for the Raiders. And doesn't that look to you like, I mean, that looks kind of, I'm going to flip this over. I feel like this was signed like a long time ago because the inside of it just looks kind of like an off-white, like it's, you know, signed ages ago and has faded or something. It doesn't look like a nice pure white. It actually doesn't have a date on it. Most of them have a date on the bottom when they were signed, but that one does not. So there goes Billy Cannon. And then we had the Lynn Dawson for the Chiefs, which then brings us back to our Charles White, as soon as I can get these out of the way here, which we will have to do by way of random since he was equal years with the Browns and the other. Now, somebody there says 5 years, but I'm looking literally at NFL.com, career stats, NFL.com, and it shows that he was the Browns for 4 years, 1980, 81, 82, and 84 is what it says, and then the Rams, 85, 86, 87, and 88. So did he not play in 83? I don't know. He has no stats for the Rams in 83. If you look at his career stats on NFL.com, it literally shows 4 years for the Browns and 4 years for the Rams. So yeah, so that is according to NFL.com. So that's what I'm going with, the 4 and 4. And actually, I can probably even pull that up and show you guys what I'm looking at if I can get myself on the right page. I think I can get it up here for you. I was doing it on the iPad, but I can show you on here too, I think. Let me just get it pulled up and then see if I can get us switched over to it. All right, so here it is. Now let's see if I can make it work so you can see it too. So this is right here, and then you can see we're on the NFL.com, and here are his career stats. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4 years for the Browns, 1, 2, 3, 4 years for the Rams. So that's where that came from. So now let me see. Can you see where yeah. All right. So you were making sure you switched back to random with me. I don't usually have multiple pages open at once there, so. All right, so we will go Rams and Browns, and we will hit random 3 times. Wherever we end up at after the third random, we'll own it. There's 1, 2, third and final. Comes up to the Browns. So Charles White here, headed to the Browns by way of random.org. I'm just going to write that on his, I'm writing on the sleeve, guys, not on the actual card itself. But again, that's to serve as a reminder for me when I am packing and shipping it. And that will then bring us to Contenders, which of course just came out. So this is also going to be a brand new case that we're going to be opening up. So we will go through the same exercise in terms of taking them all out and numbering them and all that. And that's really just to keep it very transparent and easy to see how things happen the way they happen. And hang on 1 second, because I just hit something wrong and I messed up the page here. Sorry, bear with me. I don't really know how I did that even, but I did. Now it's fixed. Okay, let's try this again. So this is going to be 6 boxes of 2017-18 Panini Draft Contenders Basketball. This is half case break. It is break number 1 because this product just came out on Wednesday, and we're just getting into it tonight. And the teams, again, if you were not on earlier, the teams that say no bids buyback, those are just teams that didn't get any bids at all. So if something comes out for one of those teams, it will stay here with me. Also, for those of you who might not have been on earlier, I cannot tell you exactly when this will ship. I am a little bit behind right now due to the death of my grandmother, and I'm going to get caught up as soon as I can. But I would expect, you know, it's probably going to be midweek next week, maybe even as far as this time next week. But I will do everything I can to get us caught back up on shipping as quickly as I can, and I apologize for the delay. And what else do we need to talk about? This is all going to be collegiate. So, of course, we're going to have rookies in here who have not yet played a game, and those are going to go to the team that drafted them, okay? And this, again, all this kind of stuff is in the listing, and it's in that little kind of special circumstances area of the listing. Oh, bye, Stephen. We'll see you later, man. Thanks for getting into chat. It was good to see you. And hi, Michael. How are you? So the ones that are rookies, not, you know, just this year, have just recently been drafted, they're going to go to the team that drafted them. And even if that team traded them, I mean, even if they traded them like right away, they're going to go to the team that initially drafted them. So that is for rookies only. Now we're going to find active players in here as well in their college uniforms. Active players are going to go to the team that they are with currently. So, you know, anybody, we pull a Steph Curry, then it's going to go to the Warriors. If we were to pull John Wall, it would go to the Wizards, that kind of thing. If we find someone who is retired, okay, like already retired this year, but there's a card in there for them and they're in their college uniform, then it will go to the team that they played for the longest. So does that all make sense? If you have any questions about that, again, that stuff is in the listing description. It's down there at the bottom in the special circumstances area. But then, of course, also that's the reason I'm bringing it up right now as well, so you guys, everybody's aware of it. So this is 5, 1, 6, 8, and 9 that we're opening tonight. And I do not mind telling you that I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm missing one. Oh, I'm missing number 7. That's why. I am not looking forward to sorting this, I gotta be honest. Because there'll be a bunch of kids in here that I'll probably have to stop and look up and figure out, you know, out of this year's group where they go. Yeah, Ginger, that is also covered in that same area that I'm talking about, that the area of the special circumstances. And you know what? Let me just put it up and then everybody can see it and that will address it. But it will be who they play for at the start of the season. And the start of the season, Isaiah Thomas is going to be a Cavalier, obviously. But hang on a second, and I'm going to try to bring up, I'll just bring up that area of it so that we can just get this addressed and out of the way up front and not have a bunch of hullabaloo about it after the fact. Just give me 1 second, and I am going to get it up, hopefully on the screen here. And here we go. So, yeah, there we go. All right. So, collegiate team or collegiate uniform. So, obviously, the first one talks about the rookie card. So, and that would be a rookie that is going to be in 2017-18 because that is the year of this product, 2017-18. So, that answers that question. He has to be a rookie in the year the product was released. It will be awarded to the team that initially drafted the player, even if the player was immediately traded to another team. Then, of course, if a player-specific rookie card or team depicts a player in a college uniform who was undrafted or drafted by an international league, it will be given out via random amongst all bidders, etc., etc. So probably what we will do, because I'm obviously not going to have all this sorted while we're doing the live break, is we'll just do a random tonight, and that spot will be for any undrafted players. So if we do come across an undrafted player in the sort, that will take care of it. Then next up, this is the active veteran. This would apply to your Isaiah Thomas question. An active veteran player in a college uniform with a college team name will be awarded to the team that they played with on opening day of the year the product was produced. So that's 2017. This is a 2017-2018 product. So that's going to be who they are with right now, currently, as of today. And then, of course, retired veteran, team they played for the longest. And if there's equal number of years, we'll do it in random. And obviously, we didn't have any separate bidding categories. So, again, all of that stuff is always at the bottom of every single listing. So that's always available to review at any point in time. For anybody who has questions, not just about collegiate stuff, but about any of the things that might possibly come out that are out of the ordinary. Right, but he's not going to be in a Celtics uniform because that's the whole thing. This is a collegiate product. I mean, these guys are in their college uniforms. Even our current players are going to be pictured in this series in a collegiate uniform. They're not going to be in their pro uniforms in this product, as far as I know. Now, obviously, I haven't opened it yet myself, but I mean, in past years of Contenders Draft Picks, it was an all collegiate. So I don't think that that's going to be any different this time around. We should find 6 autographs per box, and that is assuming, of course, that Panini doesn't replace anything with rewards points. Well, now see already, there we see that there is one that is not in a collegiate uniform. So this year must be different from past years because there's Jaylen Brown in a Celtics uniform. So there we go. So if they're in whatever uniform they're in, obviously they're going to go to that team like normal. If they're in a collegiate uniform, it's going to follow those rules we just looked at. So first one, Jaron Blossom game. And I don't know who that guy is. So I don't know if he's drafted or undrafted. So that's why I'm saying this is going to take a long time to sort through all of this stuff because there's going to be so many in here probably a decent number of which were not, may not have been drafted. So for this, for instance, DeMar DeRozan is in both uniforms, but obviously there is the Raptors uniform present, so it will go to the Raptors, ditto Carmelo Anthony to the Knicks, and so on and so forth. So they have changed this product up quite a bit from past years, because you didn't see this in the other ones. So that's going to make it a little easier, nicer, better for sorting and everything else. Carl Anthony, yay. And we have Jamal Murray numbered to 99 for the Nuggets. I don't know why I have 500 stacks of things going there. Tyler Lydon is our next hit. And that is a sticker auto. I think this was as well. Yeah, both of those sticker autos. Sometimes it's hard to tell on that back, on the background when it's white like that. To tell sometimes if they are sticker or on card. Carl Anthony again. Oh yeah, well this won't be too bad to sort at all if we've only got a handful in every pack. Past years of contenders, as you guys probably are aware, have had all collegiate uniforms, no pro uniforms, so this makes me happier. Probably you guys too, right? You're like, yes, definitely. Jonathan Isaac, and that one is numbered to 99, and of course that one is draft ticket versus college ticket, so nice little parallel there. All right, Ben Simmons. Be anxious to get that guy actually out on the court and see what we've got. There's your Isaiah Thomas in his Celtics uniform. So yes, that will of course go to the Celtics because he's in the Celtics uniform. Edmund Sumner. Bam Adebayo. Isaiah Hartenstein. I read that wrong. Hartenstein. That one is also a draft ticket and numbered to 99 on the parallel. International player. Oops, I gotta wake my screen up there. And the second half of this case, we're actually doing the second half of this tomorrow night, guys. Of course, I had all this stuff scheduled long before I knew what was going to transpire this week. So otherwise, I wouldn't have had so many things back to back, but we do. So that's what's going to be tomorrow night. Here is Cracked Ice to 23 on the Dario Saric for the Sixers. Too bad that's not signed. And you guys know I cannot say that guy's name, his last name. So, yeah, I'm not even going to attempt it. There's Lonzo on a game day ticket insert. Yeah, it's a pretty good little group of rookies this year, so have high hopes for a good season ahead. we can probably all agree last year's rookie class was not maybe the top of its class. Not the top class, in other words. There is Dotson. Nigel Williams-Goss. Malik Monk. I think his ankle's still messed up. So I don't know when we're going to be able to see him on the court if they don't get his ankle straightened out anyway. A little printing plate, nice little 1 of 1, John Collins. Always like finding the printing plates. I know, why did I stack that in that spot? That's the wrong place. Stack the base on our signatures. I know sometimes people don't really get too geared up over the printing plates because they are printing plates, but I still think they're pretty cool. I mean, anytime you pull a 1 of 1, I think that's nice. And especially when they're signed, like that one was. Sterling Brown. Oh, that's a nice one. That is numbered to 5 on the Thon Maker for the Bucks. I don't know what they call that particular pattern because I'm really bad with pattern names. But this one is number 1 of 5 season ticket for Thon Maker. Nice one. A redemption. We're going to set it aside. We'll look at it in a minute. I'm going to try to flip all these to begin with. You guys, I'm sure you've noticed these cards are going in 100 different directions. Maybe I can just get them going. Nope, I can't. Thought maybe I could get them all switched at once, but then that didn't work either, so it was worth a shot. Frank Jackson, that's a nice one. Yeah, I think I like the reconfigured, the way they've reconfigured draft contenders this year. I think I like this better. Our redemption is Justin Patton. And I will, at the end of the break, we'll go to the checklist to verify Justin Patton. And we will also be able to find out at that point if it's a numbered card or an open edition. And you know what? Normally, with all the Panini basketball stuff, you can get it kind of whenever you want. I mean, normally it's available all year long. Most of them. I mean, a few aren't, like National Treasures and things like that, but the majority of them are. And don't you know that Contenders Draft, what we're looking at right now, which, I mean, is always available, is like gone. It's dried up, sold out right after it came out. Isn't that crazy? This is to 99 for Isaiah Thomas for the Celtics. So Ginger, you're in good shape there. That's a nice little numbered hit for your Isaiah in his Celtics uniform. Yogi Ferrell. Not a whole lot of Yogi Ferrells running around out there. That one to 99 for the Mavericks. So I think that probably says a lot about how hot basketball is going to be this year, right? When Contenders Draft Picks comes out and then instantly becomes unavailable. It's crazy a little bit. Of course, you know, a lot of times they'll say something's sold out too, and then it won't be that much longer. Some more of it will turn up somewhere. That is to 99 on the Yogi Ferrell. So there's a couple of Yogis. Josh Hart. And our hit here is Juwan Evans. So for you guys that have watched a lot of Contenders breaks, how much have you seen coming out for Markel and Lonzo and De'Aaron and what I would consider some of our high-level rookies, Frank Mason, etc.? How many have you guys seen? A lot of hits for them, or are they kind of few and far between in your experience? Anybody gotten a feel for it yet? Devon Reed. Kyle Kuzma or Kuzma. Looks like we're going to have another redemption pop up here in a minute. And that one, oh, that's a nice one. Lauri Markkanen. That will come into play for, remember, he was traded, but he was drafted by another team first. So remember that Lauri Markkanen is going to go to the team that drafted him unless the checklist designates a different team. Because on redemptions, which is a whole other section, redemptions does state that it will go to the checklist first. So if it does list a pro team on the checklist, it would go to that team. If it does not, it will go to the team that initially drafted him. So, oh, Michael, you saw, oh, the 1-of-1 full, you saw the Markel Fultz plate 1-of-1 pulled. Cool. Well, of course, you know, they use more than one printing plate for, you know, there'll be like a cyan and a this and a that. So there's 3 or 4 of those 1-of-1 printing plates, you know, one for each of the colors, of course. So there are still opportunities to pull 1-of-1 Markels, but Still cool to see him come out, isn't it? That one is numbered to 99 on the draft ticket. And there is Kyle again. That's the second one out for him. With the yellow plate. Okay, cool. Yeah, I think everybody's pretty excited about Markel, and for obvious reasons, and Lonzo, and I mean, I'm really excited about De'Aaron Fox myself, and just the Kings in general. I think the Kings have a nice group of young guys in there, so I'm anxious to see how they do. That's to 99 on the Marquise Chris. Oh, my man Bam Adebayo from my University of Kentucky. I went to school there, so I'm a big fan of all my ex-UK players. That one is actually an on-card auto and a pretty sweet little hit. I bought the Heat in somebody else's break the other night, but their break, I think, was running at the same time I was doing a break. So I haven't had time to go back and watch it to see if I had any luck and pulled Bam or not in the break that I bought into. But I tried to get the Kings too, but I got outbid on the Kings and the Hornets. Because obviously, you know, I'm after my UK guys. So I'm trying to buy the teams that drafted them mostly. There is Reed again. Sindarius Thornwell, he was an excellent player in the SEC. South Carolina, I think, right? Wasn't he a Gamecock? I think he was. South Carolina Gamecock. Juwan Evans, I think that's the second Juwan Evans as well, if I'm remembering correctly. Of course, we will recap our hits after we do our redemptions. We'll verify those as well at the end of the break. But we still got 2 more boxes before we get to that point. Sterling Brown, I think maybe that's the second one of him we found as well. It's like, hey, why can't we find multiple Lonzo Balls or multiple Karl Anthony Towns or something like that? Thomas Bryant. Here's a nice little Frank Mason. That one is a sticker auto. Another redemption. We are broken out in redemptions today, or out of this product anyway. DJ Wilson, I think maybe, is that his second one coming through too? Maybe. One of those felt kind of, I guess not. I thought one of them felt weird on the back. Maybe it was that one. It's just got a little bit of a rough corner on the back of that Draymond Green. And Jaron Blossom Game, that is definitely his second one. And our redemption here is Justin Patton again. So clearly they have not done a great job with randomizing this. At least that's my take on it. Well, I thought I had them all going the right way, but I did not. Paul George to 15. That one is number 11 of 15. And you will note that it does have the Oklahoma City Thunder logo down here, even though he's in his Pacers uniform. It was obviously after he was traded because the Thunder is the team designation. So that card goes to the Thunder, of course, because that's the team designation on it. And a little Monte Morris, numbered to 99. Tyler Lydon. Bam Adebayo again. Whoever has the Miami Heat, if you want to sell one of your Bam Adebayos, let me know. I would buy it from you happily. Since you have a pair now. Well, I say I would buy it. I guess it depends on what I guess it would depend on what the price is, so I should qualify that. Depending on what the price is, I would buy it. Alec Peters. And Hartenstein, our international player. That's the second one out for him as well. I need to go back and watch that that break I have the Heat for from a couple nights ago. Maybe I got lucky in the case they opened, or the half case they opened on my bid. Maybe it had 2 Bam Adebayos. I doubt it, though. That's not usually the kind of luck I have. And that guy whose name I cannot say again. So before we recap our hits, I'm going to go to the checklist and we're going to pull up Lauri Markkanen and Justin Patton to see if either one of them happen to have a pro team designation next to them. I don't think that they're going to, because I think they're only going to have a college or, in Markkanen's case, an international designation. But I'm going to check to make sure. All right, what is the first card set on that? And it's just both are RPS college ticket. And Justin Patton. Where are you on here, Justin Patton? I see the guy. What am I doing? Oh, yeah, it does just have his collegiate team on there, which is the Creighton Blue Jays. So that does mean it will stick with what we said before. It will go to the team that initially drafted the guy. Even if he was traded like the same night, it's still going to go to the team that initially drafted him. And that one does not appear to be numbered. This Lauri Markkanen, however, I think will be numbered because it's a variation. It says variation B. If that, so let's see what this says. Oh, maybe it's not going to be numbered either. It doesn't list on the spreadsheet that it is numbered. And Lauri Markkanen. Yeah, it says actually he would be in his Arizona Wildcats uniform. So why did I think he was originally an international player? I don't know. Anyway, so again, that's going to go to the team that drafted him, which I should be able to pull up. I just have to find it. Where is my NBA draft? Well, I'll just search for it. I'm trying to get it to pull up, guys. It just takes a second. It's kind of oh, and that's not what I wanted anyway. It's just coming up kind of slowly. All right, so where does it give me? Oh boy, full draft board. Maybe that's going to show us what we need to know. And it says, of course, the page cannot be found. That figures. Well, anyway, this will go to the team that originally drafted Lauri Markkanen. Both of these go to the team that originally drafted Justin Patton. And then the rest of our hits here, we'll just take one more look at them. Now, any of these players that were undrafted, here's what will happen. First, I will check and see if they subsequently signed with a team. Why do I have a bunch of base cards in there? I'm sorry, guys. I must have accidentally stacked like 4 base cards or 5 in with our hits. I apologize. I'm a little out of my rhythm today. Anyway, so if someone was undrafted, but they have subsequently, I did it again. I thought that looked like an awfully tall stack of signatures. That would be why. So let me try this a third time. My goodness, I am sorry. If they have subsequently signed with a team, so if they were undrafted, but then they signed with a team during summer league or whatever the case may be, it will be sent to the team that signed them in Summer League or wherever, whenever. If they have not been signed at all, they're just undrafted free agents, not affiliated with anybody or signed by anybody, then they are going to go via random. And because I don't know yet, because I haven't done the sort and I have not yet memorized all of our rookies from this class, what we're going to do is cut and paste all of the teams into random.org, and we're going to run through random one time here. And basically, we're going to pull up a team, and there may not be anything associated with this. If everybody in that stack that we just looked at was drafted by someone or has subsequently signed with someone, then this random does nothing for us. But if we do find players in there that have are not signed with anybody and were not drafted by anybody, are still free agents, they will be sent to the New York Knicks. So that's what that random was for. Hopefully that made sense to everybody. So the Knicks may get some extra cards if there are undrafted and unsigned players in there. If there are not undrafted and unsigned players in there, obviously the Knicks won't get anything beyond what they would have normally gotten. And then here are, of course, our numbered cards. We already looked through the signatures and the redemptions. And that is it for tonight. So as always, I thank everyone for breaking with me, bidding with me, hanging out, chatting, and for being patient. I know that shipping is going to be a little bit behind schedule for probably the next week or so while I try to get caught up. And again, apologies in advance for that. Sometimes life just gets in the way, or in this case, the death of a family member gets in the way, but of getting things done the way that we would normally. So anyway, thank you very much. I appreciate you guys. I hope you have a nice rest of your weekend. If you are back bidding with me tomorrow night, please remember I am going to be rushing in from out of town, having been at the visitation. So invoices and all that kind of stuff. If you're waiting on combined invoices, they might be a little later than normal tomorrow night. All right, guys. Thank you.